Divine greetings. Welcome to another version of Red Pills for the Matrix. And today we'll be doing what we describe as a monologue. And as the title would have already suggested, this is based on the human condition, jealousy, and ego. Now, I've been thinking about human progress in general and how it is hindered by these emotions. See? Because you can base progress on several factors. You can base progress on your own journey as a person, motioning towards your goals and objectives. You can base progress on the development of humanity as a species, right? Because if you think about it, there are a lot of visionaries who has graced the face of the earth, who had great ideas, profound ideas, that if they were implemented, then we would have been at a better place. However, established industries would have become obsolete. When Dr. Sebi came and showed the world that all diseases can be cured, then Big Pharma, the pharmaceutical companies, were very threatened by this development, and as a result, him and those who tried to promote him were assassinated or unalived. People such as Lisa Left Eye Lopez, Nipsey Hussle, were both unalived because they try to promote this visionary that is based on jealousy and ego, right? Because why not try to farm an industry around this? You already have the legal precedents, you already have the societal approval as an industry that these chemicals and the art of healing. Why not collaborate with Dr. Sebi and help humanity at a greater level? But let's move away from that. Think about personally yourself. I have been studying myself to a much greater extent. I've been reflecting, and the best way to reflect is to look at that. This is why I'm happy that I am an artist. I'm happy that I am a writer. I'm happy that I am a counselor, a philosopher. Because when I look back at videos that I did 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, then I am inspired to realize how profound I am as a person in terms of certain attributes, certain level of creativity, certain levels of intellect, certain level of insight, certain level of let's say the ability to critically think. When I look back at some of the things I've been saying from a very tender age, this is why I took out a lot of posts from my archive on like Instagram and TikTok, because I had like 15 posts on it, and when I look back in the archive, when I pulled out everything that I thought had some value, now I have over 100 posts on Instagram, So I'm considering this, knowing how great I am as an individual, and this is not me stroking any ego. This is not me trying to seek any form of validation or approval, but just looking at some work that I've done and realizing how much people I've inspired. The term St. Thomas native that Popcorn used, that came from me. Big up to Popcorn and Chronicler to see that. That is why I think Chronicler actually said St. Thomas native look upon greatness, because I was the first person to actually say that. A lot of things that became common place sobriquet in the industry are things that came from Anthem greatness. So I am like a young veteran, and those who have been treading the journey know I'm an underground king, but that's beside the point. The point is, looking back, I realized that I've been sabotaged by others in many ways. Most of you guys already know about that spliff that was spiked. I've been fought even in the music industry. I've been physically attacked by people who were supposed to be my friends. I I've been blackballed by even corporations. I heard Nicki Minaj said something. I don't remember the song, but she said, "How can these female dogs beef with me when I've had corporations gone against me, and I live to see that even though I'm not as famous as a Nicki Minaj, my views are being tampered with on certain platforms. I have songs that develop traction and catch the algorithm. Songs like The Story of Sizzla Kalonji was moving, and then I realized that it was blackballed to a certain extent. Based on the message, I would assume, being that it's Sizzla Kalonji, Sizzla Kalonji is anti-LGBTQ. So baseline though of the argument is that humanity, though a lot of persons openly claim to be pure, clean-hearted, and genuine, I realize that all of humanity, even myself, none of us are excluded, we do suffer from jealousy and ego, because if you think about it, recently I saw a video of Compass. What was the name of that song? It's a song that it's doing really well now. What's the name of that song? I don't remember the name of the song, but it was very lyrical. It's one of his recent songs. I saw it on TikTok. And my apologies. My hand keep messing with the zoom because I'm holding the camera. I haven't figured out the setting as yet. But when the inspiration comes, I just have to record. So bear with me. But I saw the Compass song, and Compass is a friend of mine. We met more than once at Genesis Records, Tweedy Flames Records, and we vibe and all of that. And it is when I moved past the video, I'm like, oh damn, I didn't like the video, I didn't comment on the video, and I felt upset because I've been searching my conscience, I've been searching my spirit, and I realized that jealousy and ego is a thing that has been let's say hindering our progression as humanity, because I realize that whenever you exude greatness, whenever you do anything profoundly, in most cases it will not inspire or liberate onlookers or witnesses. It would rather render them insecure, and if you're not careful, they would end up being enemies or trying to sabotage you privately. I've proven this so many times over. People who I will be like here in my space, doing me and doing my thing, and out of nowhere a person message me on social media and introduce themselves and praise me for the music and say all manner of good things, and we connect, and over time I see them either disrespect or block me, and I can't figure out what I did or what was the issue. So I realized that jealousy and ego is a very rampant condition in us as humans. And before I progress, I want to discuss even social media, because I've been thinking about social media, and I think on your social media pages you should ensure that whoever it is that you choose to interact with or become friends with, I think you should know them, or at least have a business affiliation with them. You shouldn't just pick up people who claim to be whoever they are on social media, because how it should be designed is you should only have, like, if I could start over, I have been unfriending a lot of people on Facebook, but it's like too much. Facebook needs an option to select multiple people to unfriend at once, because let's say a social media like Facebook, how it should really be is only people who you do know should be your friends, because this is how a lot of scam, deceptions and cons happen through these websites and social media platforms. But that's beside the point. So I'm saying jealousy, ego, how do we overcome this as a species? We're at 9 minutes now, and you know how I do my thing on RedPills4DMatrix. I don't edit videos, I don't cut and splice and merge and them things. I just speak from the heart, and end the video wherever I feel the energy, and that's it. I upload it just like that and put a thumbnail on it. That's how I do my thing. So how do we overcome jealousy and ego? It's a very difficult thing because it requires maturity. I just dropped a song on my Anthem Greatness official artist channel. It's called Bingo with Bingo, and I know personally it's a very impressive song. It's one of the songs that's very good because I see strangers responding to it and I realize it really does have an energy. But what I find most intriguing, most fascinating is that those who claim to be my friends are, some say brothers, some say family, they are not very supportive of this new project. I will message them, share the link or things of that nature, and they don't. I have certain brothers who always show support. Brothers like David Newell, Super Bigs, Eski Shag's Life, always show me love, anytime. In fact, that song, the one I did about Murderer, that was mixed by Eski Shag's Life. I didn't even pay him. In fact, I still owe him for mixing Casanova, and he didn't even ask me for no money. I just say, yo, you could mix this for me. And he say, yo, I got you, bro. You see me? So I'm saying we do have. Bear with me here. Yeah, so we do have great people who are a part of our journey, and I'm not saying you should judge a friend based on how much they support you in your endeavors. But if you're not supporting your friends' endeavors, then what's the point? A lot of people will know that you're great, know that you're powerful, but they feel as if they crown you, if they salute you, if they compliment you, if they commend you, then maybe they believe that their crown will fall. Why is it that we think there is not enough space in the sky for every bird to fly? Like, look at nature. Nothing dies because of lacking of resources unless man as a say in it or does something that is unnatural in that ecosystem or environment. Like, nature takes care of itself, like all the fowls of the air, the birds of the air, all of the cattle, all of the mammals, the fishes, everything lives until it is their appointed time to shed flesh. So I'm saying, why is it that we as human beings have it so difficult to help each other, support each other, and help basically lift each other? Because we do rise by lifting each other. There is no way you can help someone to be successful and not be a success yourself. You get me? So like when I evaluate the situation, I think it's something that has to come from deep contemplation and really knowing your worth. Because the issue with a lot of people is that they do not believe that they have any great value. So if they see somebody who is high value, it points a lot to who they are. I've been in situations where I'm around people who they know stars, they know people who are known, are popular, and I realize that they claim to do a lot of things great, but when they get to know a person like myself who has really great qualities such as my intellectual mind or my ingenious ability to create poetry, whether in music or literature, then I realize they become a bit abrasive in how they treat me, and I'm always thinking like, why is it that these people, why am I so difficult to accept? You get me? So I realize that it's not me, the issue is not me, the issue is us. And I don't think it's a black issue, like an African issue. I think it's a worldwide issue where we are not cultured properly, and this is something that we need to work on as a humanity. Like, when the youths are coming forward, growing your youths, like, you may not be a person who you would consider great, and I wouldn't disagree either, because some of us are just plain average. However, what you could do, like if you have a son, if you have a daughter, help your sons and daughters to have the right role models. You can't have your sons and daughters on the internet listening to individuals who have no value in their content that they're creating. Like, amusement and entertainment and laughter is good, but it numbs the thinking faculties, and it numbs the ability to critically analyze anything at all. So basically, going forward, when you have a child and the child develops the ability to read or use a device, ensure the content that your child is consuming is something that is thought-provoking, educational, inspirational, something that shows them greatness. And greatness is not something that you just say and you're great. Greatness, Bob Marley defined it as positively impacting others. So that's one. It's basically helping others to grow and helping others to achieve their objectives by inspiring or informing them of what you think is best based on your wisdom. That's one aspect of greatness. Another aspect of greatness is creating some form of work or service that will live on beyond your life, your actual lifespan. So being a teacher may not be something that would be considered great because teaching is just reproducing or recycling information that is prescribed by the country you're in. Doing something great requires something that is going to be creative, that can live on, such as music, books, movies, something that can survive the test of time. So positively impacting humanity, creating some form of work or service, or inventing something, or building on someone's invention to improve the quality of life of humanity in general. Ego and jealousy can be easily decreased within oneself if one begins to develop self-confidence and knowing their worth, because it doesn't matter how lyrical an artist is, how well they can make words rhyme, or how well they can sing, if they are not saying something that will trigger a thought and inspire my spirit, because life is spiritual, and as I said, things are not physical, it's more metaphysical, it's not logical, it's more psychological. So everything is happening, though we're in a physical space, everything is happening inside of us. So if an artist can't touch me on the inside, then it doesn't. If you can get me to bob me to a beat and hear that sound good and have a vibe, then that's not enough to say that you're a great artist. Having popular songs is not enough to say you're a great artist, because the more popular you are, it means the more common you are in your thought process, because that's why so much people can relate to you. Because remember that individuals of a lesser caliber are usually the common or the greater percentage of the population. So the more popular you are, it's actually the dumber you are, and the more dumb you are, it's the more famous you probably will be. You get me? So going forward, then, if we are going to create a culture of greatness, and if we are going to facilitate excellence in what we do, and if we are going to decrease jealousy and ego, we have to be truly great by impacting those around us positively and by creating something of worth for humanity as a whole. Having some form of inspiration or information that is probably novel, or even if it's not novel, if you're just repeating something that Robert Greene or Robert Kiyosaki or any one of those guys, if you're repeating something that is said by a Bob Marley or by probably a potent rapper such as Lupe Fiasco, if you're just repeating some thoughts, that could be good as well, but you have to add some of you in it. So basically, I don't know how much more I have on this camera. I think I did take off the files I had before, so I maybe could go to 23 minutes. So let's go into closure. And I think that's the right song that started. Yeah, so working. Let's bring this music closer. The volume on it. Yeah, so like the culture that we're in, it stimulates negativity, it stimulates mediocrity, and it stimulates like baselessness. Like most Jamaican youths, most Jamaicans female are purposeless, like they have no vision or objective moving towards. You get me? So if you evaluate their daily activities, they create nothing, and the purpose of life is to create, which is why the Most High made us in His image. And we are in a time where technology and life has become so easy. It's so easy to create. Like you can just go on the internet and like search for a free for profit rhythm, write a song, get some recording time, and you have a song, and you create a YouTube channel and you contact a distributor. There are a lot of them with free let's say free deals, and you can distribute a song, and right then and there you have a stream of income that's intellectual property. So basically the more you develop your brand, it's the more that becomes profitable, you know. So look at that, you create at a very low cost, or you can just take up your phone, create a TikTok account, and you begin showing your personality. My apologies. Yes, so you start you start showing who you are, your personality, and what you have to offer, and you develop a TikTok following, and TikTok starts paying you. Like most Jamaicans on a daily basis, it's smoking weed, and I have nothing against smoking. I'm a chain smoker myself, but like, it has to be more than just these mundane things like eating some fast food. I mean, like, how much Burger King you gonna eat from? How much Popeyes? How much KFC? How much pizza? Like, what's that? You know, some MSG, some meat, some processed meat, and a lot of sauce. Like, what's that? Just gonna eat this fast food and smoke this weed, and who take Molly, and you know, you're going to some party and lose yourself in these loud music, boosting the ego, talking nothing of value, talking about gun can't trust in each other and girls skinning out and all them shit. Like, nothing is great about that, and then you become egotistic and jealous because you see somebody with some value, you know. So we have to check the root, and like, we have to realize that you can't think based on what you are taught by your society, because society creates a culture to serve the 1%, the ruling class of that country, right? Sila. So basically, if you're in Jamaica, right, you live in Jamaica, which is my country, then it is very likely you are going to be taught that Jesus Christ is Lord. You're going to be taught that Bob Marley is the greatest artist of all time. You're going to be taught that the herb is the healing. You know, you're going to be taught that these are just stereotypes, but I'm just saying this is the geographic culture. You're going to be taught that homosexuality and anything of that nature is unlawful in God's sight, and things of that. But you have to ascend above your culture. You have to become more than your race. You have to become more than these demographic details, because none of that was there in the beginning. Like, no one had categories that defined us, you know. So like, going forward, you have to deep and look and realize that greatness excels borders. It exceeds cultures. It exceeds you know, let's say, all of these categories. So serve humanity in jealousy and ego, and look at what come up. This is a random playlist, you know. This is just some songs that are saved on YouTube Music, you know. I just call the playlist Clean and Inspiring Reggae Songs or something like that. And I just save some songs that I like, and look at what it's playing, bro, when I'm talking about ego and jealousy. So you have to realize the power of the energy and the spiritual aspect of life. It's 22 minutes now, so I'm gonna wrap up. So like, remember, true excellence, for all of those saying that greatness is not them vain and we not ignore greatness and look on greatness, and you know, all of these people singing about greatness. Remember, greatness, true greatness